Welcome back to the channel. So today I've got the 2023 i4 eDrive40i. This was a customer ordered car and they backed out. They said the car was too small, which would have been known beforehand, but either way, here we are outside on location taking a look at the i4 eDrive40i. It is in Dravit Grey. So it's the G26 chassis. Basically it's the same as the 4 Series Grand Coupe, but for some subtle differences. Obviously one, battery electric power, electric motors. I believe it's a little bit higher in height as well, but not by much. You'd be indiscernible for the most part. So the eDrive40i is the rear-wheel drive version of the i4. All the power is generated for rear-wheel drive. It's 335 horsepower and 317 torque, so basically similar to a low output B58. So it's not bad. 0 to 60 time, at least what BMW says, is about 5.5 seconds. So you can bet, although I don't have it off the top of my head, probably around 5.1, 5.2 seconds or so. This one is pretty well spec'd. So there were some changes for 2023. One of them is basically options. So parking assistance package was removed, as well as the driving assistance professional package, although I think these might be back now for basically, I think, November production. You have to check with their dealer on that one. Those packages just came back for the 3 Series, although we've been having problems adding them to builds. So let's take a look at the side. So over here we've got our 859M wheels, so this is the M Sport package. Also got the red M Sport calipers, which are optional. I believe these are all-season run flat, or excuse me, all-season non-run flats, because there's no run flat tires on any of the i4s or iXs. So got the extended shadowline trim as well. So there's no frozen gray highlights. Those are the default. You can opt for the, I think it's BMW I blue accents. But out back, we got our i4 badging and eDrive40. I keep wanting to say 40i, but since it's not injected, it's 40. We got our BMW emblem in the blue highlights, so that's basically returned for 22 model year, at least on electric and PHEVs. We got Dravit Grey in the sunlight now, so you can see that hopefully it's coming through, but the gold bronze flaking coming out, making the gray a lot less dark, and basically that gold flaking brings out a little bit, at least in my eyes, of a green undertone to the paint. So it's a, I hate saying it, by dynamic color. So the range on this one with the 19-inch wheels, BMW says 282 miles. If you stick with the 18-inch wheels, you're at 301 miles of range. This battery is 83.9. I believe I said 89.3 in the previous video. That's 83.9 kilowatts. I forget what the usable one is, but a little bit less than that. So we open up, we are greeted with red Vernasca leather. See the contrast stitching there. Basically, I guess in white, gray, silver. So the Vernasca leather enables you to get ventilated seats. I think it's also on Sensatec. I think it's some restrictions on some other models. But very comfortable seats, basically reminiscent. It's the same as the 4 Series Grand Coupe. Alright, so inside, no surprise, iDrive 8. Other instrument panel there, which can be changed using the menu button here and the scroll wheel to change layout and content. As long as you're not in Sport. Sport's got a sort of fixed layout. But use those things and go in and change the different layouts. That's what you can do. I think we've shown that many times before. It looks like this one still has the protective covering on the iDrive screen, so it appears a little bit more glary, of course, on camera than it is in real life. So we've gone over iDrive 8 and many other vehicles. It's standard on the 4 Series Grand Coupe. Heads-up display is optional. And interior trim, aluminum rhombosyl anthracite. It's a very interesting trim color, but looks pretty damn good. Then we still have the gear selector. I imagine this goes away eventually for the LCI for this, which may be 25 or 26. I'm not entirely sure on that one. But basically it's going to mimic the 3 Series interior. Alright, so let's take a look at the pricing and options. Alright, so starting price, the i4 eDrive40, $55,900. The Dravit Grey Metallic is sort of a semi-individual color. You get it for $1,500. The leather is another $1,500. The Shadowline package, which has changed in terms of content, for $950. $3,200 for the M Sport package. It gives you adaptive M suspension, a choice of different 19-inch wheels. And that premium package for $950 does not include the heads-up display. That's a separate option that's tied to the premium package. So we got the deletion of hands-free tailgate for $100 credit. That is back on the i4s and many other vehicles as well. So we got the wireless device charging for another $200. The heads-up display, another $1,100. Harman Kardon sound system for $875. All told, MSRP of $67,070. But that's what you get. We'll take one more walk around the i4. So tax credit, that's going to be problematic. This car is built in Germany, so that disqualifies it for the tax credit. So make of that what you will, but there's other benefits other than just the tax credit for the vehicle. Obviously here in California you get access to high occupancy vehicles or carpool lanes. And I think it's discounts on the express lanes, if not no charge as well. Plus other benefits, right? So you're not using any gas. So you're saving on gas money. You will have to pay for electricity, but the car does come with 2 years of free DC fast charging via Electrify America. So that's an option that you have. It's really quick charging. It's 10 to 80%, roughly about 40 minutes. And will suffice you if you don't have access to level 2 at home. It does come with a level 1, level 2 charger adapter. So do not recommend using level 1 on this vehicle because it's 100 hours to charge from empty. You want to have at least level 2 240 volt NEMA 1450 adapter set up at your home. If you have access to charging at work, that's even better. That's about it for a relatively quick tour around the i4 eDrive40. If you have any questions about the i4, drop in the comments. It's rare that I've got one of these out here on location. But we'll see you at the next video.